So I was really inspired to do this class because in a week from today, I'm hosting a seasonal reset, and I have done this for the last 10 plus years. And one of the obstacles for people is they think that they're going to, really be deprived, right? Like they're going to go, I'm not doing that because I'm going to starve to death and I'm going to eat really shitty food, right? And so I thought I'd hop on here to demonstrate some allowed foods on this program that I'm doing because they're delicious. And when we eat this way, no matter whether we're doing a reset or not, our bodies respond by healing itself. Often we eat really hard to digest things. And if we give our digestion just a little bit of a break, it's amazing what shows up for us. I've been preparing for this season's reset and I'm really excited about it. And I started weaning myself off of coffee, which is my lovely sin. And I already have so much energy. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning naturally, and my energy is awesome all day long. And that's the kind of thing that happens when we take a few moments, a few days, a few weeks, and really nurture ourselves. So the idea here is to demonstrate some meals and to encourage you to consider doing the seasonal reset. It is outstanding. I never tire of seeing the results that people get. But enough said about that. I promised 3 meals in 30 minutes. And, I did that to kind of make it fun and stretchy because it's going to be like, okay, 30 minutes, we're going to do this. So if somebody wants to time me, you are most welcome. And, we can make this fun. You can call it out and go, you only have 5 minutes left. Does anybody want to do that? Volunteer? Just put your wave or something. Give me 30 minutes. And as I'm doing this process and demonstrating these meals, if you have any questions, just ask. So the first, I'm going to do 3 dishes. One is a cauliflower Alfredo sauce. Another is a black bean soup. And the third is a peanut sauce. And when you eat mostly plant-based, it's a pretty simple formula. If you marry or include a grain and a legume, you're going to get complete protein. Everything in the plant kingdom has amino acids. They have building blocks. Not everything in the plant kingdom has all the building blocks that we need. But we do know that when we have a legume, which would include beans, lentils, even peanuts, and a grain, then it's the complete building blocks that we need for our protein. And it's quite delicious. So let's start by starting our grains because those are going to take the longest. So I already started the water boiling for a pasta, and I rinsed some rice, just a cup of rice. And if you're not used to doing rice from scratch, the formula is easy. It's 1 part rice, 2 parts water. And then you cook it until all the water is absorbed. Okay, so we've got that going. Okay, I also, because if you're new to this kind of cooking, I made it super simple by buying packaged produce. So it's just assembling essentially. So the cauliflower Alfredo sauce starts with a bunch of garlic. So I grew my own garlic this year. So I'm just going to mince some garlic here. And because this dish is going to be blenderized, it doesn't have to be minced really, really, really finely. The blender will do that later. Take the skins off. I know I've heard people say garlic is the king of all vegetables, and indeed it has so many benefits, and it smells good and it tastes good. add garlic to anything and it's gonna pop up the flavor a whole bunch. Okay, I'm just removing the skins here. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of mince, rough chop, get as much surface area as I can. And this recipe also calls for green onion. And so we're gonna take the white part of the green onion and include it in the first part of this recipe. Chop that a little bit. Okay. Now, I said it's plant-based, but we're gonna saute the onion and garlic in heat. So get a fire under that pot. Can anybody relate to trying to get a meal on the table like really super fast? There's like, I just got home from work and I need to eat. I need to feed my family. I need to, you know, go somewhere. So I need to fill my belly. So let me do this quickly. I have come to a place where I enjoy cooking so much that sometimes I linger and take my time. All right, so all we're gonna do is allow this to saute for a little while, just to release some of the flavors and get this caramelized. So I used about 2 teaspoons of ghee. I'll share the recipe on Facebook for everybody. Okay, so while that's caramelizing, simple recipe. Here's a nice little cheat. So you can get a head of cauliflower and chop it up and put it in your pot, or you can get rice cauliflower if you want it to be really, really fast. So let's get that just kind of. So out of curiosity, I know some of you already do eat mostly plant-based, but while we're letting this saute, do you have any questions? If you don't.
I do.
Oh, cool. What?
So you said you were making pasta in that pot?
Yes.
Or rice?
So the 2 grains I'm going to use for these 3 meals is pasta and rice. So the cauliflower Alfredo sauce is going to be over a pasta.
Can you use zucchini noodles instead, or it won't have the same protein effect?
You can, and it won't have the same protein effect. Zoodles are awesome. And as long, you know, the truth of the matter is they used to think that you had to pair these things with every single meal. And what we have found is that you don't. That if you want to have zucchini noodles instead of pasta, you can pick up your pasta at another meal and the body will pick up those essential amino acids from the pasta. It figures it out. You wouldn't want to not have paired protein for a long period of time because you would become protein deficient. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome, great question. Okay, now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So I usually use whole, produce, and I don't repackage stuff. But if you're just starting out, if you haven't spent a lot of time in the kitchen, that could be kind of intimidating, right? Okay. We need 1 cup of milk. So, you know, if you're not fully plant-based, you can use regular milk. This is almond milk, and almonds have essential amino acids in it too. Some milk. 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast. How am I doing on time?
You've used about 7 minutes, maybe. If you start at 7:06, we might give you 7. Oh, she's got a timer. Look at her. She's good. She's good. How much was that nutritional?
I love that, Paula. That's wonderful. Oh gosh.
I got you, girl.
All right. So we've got our milk, we've got our nutritional yeast.
Was that a 1/2 cup of the yeast?
Yes. And nutritional yeast is another food product that has a lot of amino acids in it. So another source of protein. Okay, this does call for a little bit of salt, but the nutritional yeast is pretty salty. And then green onions. So just 1/4 cup of green onions. So I won't have to use all of this. We don't want it to be overpowering. Okay, that feels pretty good. All right. That's going to take, because it's rice cauliflower, it's probably going to take 2 to 3 minutes of simmering. But while that's doing its thing, let's move on to the next dish. We are going to make black bean soup, and this is the easiest dish ever. Okay, so now, you know, if you're adept at cooking, obviously you're probably going to want to saute the vegetables and do all the things, but this is just assembling these ingredients: 1 quart of veggie broth. By the way, I use organic as much as possible. Okay. A can of black beans. If you're just getting started, you know, it can feel daunting to make your own beans. I love my Instapot because it just allows you to make beans in about a half hour. It's pretty outstanding. A little FYI, let me get closer here. Little FYI about beans. If you don't rinse them, they cause a lot of flatulence. But if you do rinse them, you have a tendency to be okay. All right. There we go. A pan, like a can of salsa. And you can get whatever you like. If you like it spicy, get a hot, this is mild. And then about a cup of corn. Here is the grain. So corn is considered a grain. It's paired with a legume, the black beans. And then finally, we're going to add a spice. No, not finally. We're going to add cumin. And I love to grind my spices fresh because they're just much more potent. So I keep a spice grinder, AKA a coffee grinder, right next to my spices. And whatever I need, I put it in the spice grinder and do it. It's about a tablespoon. And I always like to sneak a few extra veggies wherever I can into my dishes because vegetables are nutrient dense and you know they're packed with all kinds of phytonutrients. So I picked a few leaves of chard out of my garden and I'm just gonna cut them up and chuck them into the pot. Add a little extra color to the soup. By the way, I got this recipe from a little cafe, Susie K's Tea Room. I used to go in and order her black bean soup and it was delicious. And she goes, oh, it's so easy. I said, give me the recipe. And she said, well, that's what I do. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's really crazy. So I've been making it ever since. Okay. All right. How we doing on time, Paula? Give me the timer. Well, what's that?
All right. Let's see where we are. 17 minutes.
Woohoo! We're doing really great, right? All right. So all that has to do is, you know, you bring it, I like to bring everything to a boil just to make sure it goes through a kill step. But that is ready to eat as soon as it goes to a boil. Like how super easy is that dish, right? You can pair that with corn muffins, which are amazing. Like everyone loves that, I think. I do. All right. This next dish, I made it for my beloved. We were just dating and he tasted it and he goes, you need to have this in the refrigerator at all times, right? I'm like, okay, I can do that for you. All right, this is, going back to the Alfredo sauce here. It's smelling really delicious. It's very garlicky, very yummy. It's not quite ready. But let's put the pasta in. Now, a sneaky way to get your grain and legume is to use a lentil pasta. It's quite delicious. It's very difficult. I mean, it has the right texture, and you'll get that legume. And so when you pair that with when you pair a lentil pasta with a grain, bam, you have your complete protein. Okay, Paula, would you do me a favor since you're timing? Give me 7 minutes on that. I don't know if you want. Wait, I'll do it over here.
You don't want these 15 minutes, you just want 7?
No. Keep me timed. Keep me timed.
Okay.
All right.
All righty. When you get to, okay, I got it.
Okay, I know you do. Super fun. If you were in here, you'd be like, that smells so delicious. I want some. It's like I'm salivating over. It's really, really yummy. Okay, here's a quick, easy hack. We're making an Asian inspired dish. We're going to do a peanut sauce with vegetables and rice. This rice is almost finished. So I'm going to put the vegetables right on top to steam them. And often I cut up my own vegetables. Nice, easy, quick and dirty way to not have to do that, right? You open a bag and pour it in. So I'm just going to put that right on top. It's not quite ready. I'm going to give it another minute. Woo! Okay, that's super fun. The next dish is our peanut sauce. And peanuts are a legume. So you can make this peanut sauce, put any vegetable you want with it. I like to use like carrots and peppers and cauliflower, broccoli, whatever you like, and then serve it over a bed of rice and you have a complete protein with all these yummy vegetables and tons of fiber. Awesome. So The yummy ingredients are, let's see, coconut milk. This brand is particularly good. It's Thai Kitchen organic coconut milk, and it's my favorite. I think it was rated really highly too. Lori, I think you told me that.
Yeah, I use a lot of that.
Oh, do you? Me too. Me too. The coconut has a lot of medium chain fatty acids in them, and your liver really can process medium chain fatty acids. It processes the fat differently than like a long chain or a short chain fatty acid. It's a good thing to incorporate into your diet in moderation. Okay. All right. So a can of coconut milk, 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. I use powdered peanut butter. It's a preference, but you could use regular peanut butter. Organic is best.
You ever heard of powdered peanut butter?
Powdered peanut butter. More shelf stable. I use it to cook with, so it's not as messy. Okay. And then we're gonna do, a tablespoon of ginger. I'm gonna use my tablespoon for the dry ingredients first. So a tablespoon of ginger. If you want to sass it up a little more, you certainly can. And then 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Sounds pretty yummy already, doesn't it? Mm. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then if you want it to be a little spicy, you can always throw a little cayenne pepper in it or some red pepper flakes, or just give it a little. I'm just going to give it a tiny bit. Okay. The Alfredo sauce smells amazing. It's tender. The vegetables are tender. I'm just going to whip this up. How we doing, Paula?
We're doing good. You got 11 minutes left on that and 2 minutes for your 7 minutes to be up.
Okay, I think we're gonna make it.
Okay.
We're gonna make it. Okay, I'm just whisking this peanut sauce. Okay, I gotta taste it. It's delicious. Okay, it's time to throw the vegetables to steam them on top of the rice here. Okay. Now, the Alfredo sauce, there's a lot of ways you can kind of make it different and you sass it up some. So you could put a little Dijon mustard in it, or lemon juice, or black pepper, oregano, or rosemary. And I have some fresh oregano from my garden, and I felt like I'd like to have it fresh rather than cooked. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of oregano in there. And because I'm blenderizing it, I don't have to chop it at all. I just need to put it in the blender and let it do its thing. So I'm a heavy-handed spice and herb person. How we doing? Our noodles are going nuts.
Yep, you 19 seconds, 18 seconds. So
Okay.
you're right about there.
That's feeling pretty tender. Oh yeah. Okay. We're gonna let that sit because it's not quite ready. Okay, here we go. Blender carafe. whenever you blend hot liquids, you've got to be really careful. Make sure that the lid's fully secured. Getting splashed with something like this would hurt. Gonna toss that oregano in.
You're right at that 7 minutes now.
Woohoo, we're gonna do it. We're doing it. Okay, give me a sec. We're just gonna blend this up. Okay. Wow. All right, ladies. We might be at 25 minutes instead of 30. Hey. My little pasta fork is missing. Oh well, we'll figure out something else. Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm trying to make it. What now? I can't hear you, Lori.
Paula, look at your iPad. The timer went off.
Oh dear, we're in a different section. We're in a different world.
All right, so I'm just gonna put a little Alfredo sauce on top of this pasta.
There it is.
Okay.
All right, can you see this?
Oh, yes.
Looks yummy.
Okay. The chef always has to taste it, right? How we doing? This is
We're
gonna
doing great. 5 minutes.
be
5:50.
Woo! Okay. That's delicious. Okay. Tomorrow, if y'all want to come over for leftovers, you can. That's really super good. Okay. All right. And this is done too. The rice is tender and ready. And then I'm just going to put some veggies on the top. I have experimented with this dish with kids and they love it. They eat it, like they gobble it up. All right. Nice peanut sauce. It's creamy. It's so delicious. And it's a complete protein. Can you see it?
Beautiful.
It's gorgeous, right? I already know what this tastes like because it's like a standard in our house. But it's delicious. I say that about everything, right? All right, the black bean soup is almost boiling. How much time? 3 minutes and 46 seconds. So crazy. While we're waiting for it to boil, does anybody have any questions? Is any of this really appealing to you? Are you going to totally do it?
Yep, 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Which one aren't you going to do?
I won't do the bean one.
Oh, that's right. Beans don't agree with you.
They don't.
Yeah. That makes sense. Lori, you are going to do the seasonal reset.
Yes. Yes.
You want to say anything about that? Like
how wonderful it is. I've probably done it. I don't know. How long have we been? Have I known you? I did it three years, so maybe 6 times. I don't know.
Yeah.
March and October. Gets easier, better every time. Yep. Learned a lot.
It does get easier, and you go deeper. You get you get to a different layer, like your health.
Yeah, because I even told Randy today that, you know, my mind now is, again, it's not as much on the food because I know this stuff and I know the daily rituals. It's more on the other stuff. So
yeah, so you're working on some of the, you know, it's like shadow work stuff. Like you don't. It's.
I'm gonna try really, really hard to get rid of my phone a lot this month.
Isn't that a thing? Like
yeah, it is. And I need to work on that. So I'm going to really put that as one of my top priorities on top of everything else.
I already talked with the co-presenters, the other 2 ladies that are doing this with me. And we really did want to emphasize that, like, let's, because it's easy to find out how much screen time you do. And, you know, there's a paradox because we're doing it over Zoom. So that's screen time.
Yes.
But I know that I can waste 2 hours a day just scrolling or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard to see. Can you see? Are you able to see this? I don't want to spill it.
No, looks good. I will love that. I like it all, but I like salsa and black bean stuff.
Do you blend that at all, Kat, or you just eat it whole?
You can. No, I just eat it like, I've never blended it, but I suppose it would be pretty tasty if you did.
Well, I do believe you've made it with 52 seconds left.
Yay!
Check you out.
Yeah. And I think you made 3. Most people would make 1 meal, not 3 at one time.
Right.
Kitchen now. No, these are so easy, right? They're so easy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Totally doable.
Yeah. Yeah. Allison, are you doing all of them? Are you going to try them all? You probably already do something like this since you're.
I mean, I do. I've never made black bean soup on my own, but I think I might try it because it's so cold. I've been like making soups. So I'll definitely try that. And I'm going to try that Alfredo. My daughter's coming home in a couple of weeks, so maybe I'll make that for her. And the other one was rice with vegetables. I mean, I would maybe make that with cauliflower rice, not with actual rice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I love the peanut sauce. Yeah.
It's like crack.
Yeah. Now, does it get the same effect from cashews or no? As peanuts?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Because I don't think cashews are a legume.
You know how peanut has a taste, like cashews have a different flavor.
Oh, you know what I use instead? I'm sorry. I use tahini instead of peanuts.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. So sesame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just completely full of great absorbable calcium.
Yeah.
Amazing, like amazing. Yeah, that's a good idea. Have you ever made sesame seed French toast?
No.
Oh, girl, like, so you just make a tahini sauce, like a sesame sauce, and then you coat your toast in it. You make it thin enough that it soaks it up, and make French toast. It's so good.
Wow. That sounds so yummy.
I'm full of recipes.
I'm a tahini addict.
Yeah, rightfully so. It's so delicious.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, any questions? Was it fun? I had so much fun with you. Like, let's get this done.
I thought it was great. I'm really grateful. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's so good to see everybody. All right, let's do it again soon.
Righty. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.